Welcome back to part 2 of our Aashiq Banaya Aapne fashion breakdown. In part 1, we look closely at Tanushree Dutta's main styling, including the fitted silhouettes, glossy fabrics, metallic accessories, dramatic hair, and mid-2000s makeup. Now let's look at the larger visual picture and understand how the rest of the styling works with her wardrobe. One of the most interesting contrasts in the song comes from Emraan Hashmi's fashion. His wardrobe follows a much more relaxed and rugged direction. Loose shirts, dark denim, and leather-inspired layers give his character an unpolished street edge. That contrast is important because it prevents the two characters from looking visually identical. Tanushree's styling is polished and reflective, while Emraan's clothing feels darker, more casual, and less structured. When they appear together, the difference immediately creates visual separation. His shirts are often worn in a relaxed way, with open collars and loose proportions. This styling was extremely recognizable during the 2000s. It created the idea of a romantic hero who looked fashionable without appearing overly formal. The darker clothing also works with the lighting. Emraan's wardrobe blends naturally into the shadowed environment, while Tanushree's brighter and more reflective styling catches the available light. This creates a simple visual hierarchy within the frame. The set itself plays an important role. The dark studio atmosphere gives the song a late night club feeling. Blue lighting creates a cool mood, while warmer amber highlights add depth. Against this background, metallic and glossy textures become almost part of the lighting design. This is why the costume details are particularly effective in slow motion. When a reflective surface moves gradually across a light source, we can see the highlight travel across the fabric. A normal speed shot may show that moment for only a fraction of a second. Slow motion allows us to appreciate the construction. The editing follows the music closely as well. Sharp cuts and changes in framing give the performance energy, while slower shots allow the romantic mood to return. The fashion has to work in both situations. It needs to look clear in fast cuts and interesting enough to hold attention during slower shots. The song is also a great example of how Bollywood fashion was moving away from purely traditional romantic styling during this period. Earlier romantic songs often relied on chiffon saris, pastel colors, and scenic outdoor locations. Aashiq Banaya Aapne belongs to a different visual world. Here, the environment is darker. The clothing is more urban. Metallic finishes replace delicate traditional embellishments, and the beauty styling becomes more dramatic. This change reflects the growing popularity of club music and contemporary thriller aesthetics in Bollywood. The Y2K influence is especially easy to see in the accessories and beauty styling. Large metallic hoops, glossy lips, smoky eyes, and voluminous hair were all familiar elements of the period. Looking back now, these details have become a visual time capsule. But the interesting thing is that the styling does not rely on one single trend. It combines several ideas. There is club fashion, romantic glamour, street styling, and cinematic drama. Together they create the identity of the song. The textures are equally important. Satin gives a smooth surface. Sequins add sparkle. Sheer layers create transparency and movement. Leather and denim provide contrast. When these materials appear in the same visual world, the wardrobe gains variety without losing its overall identity. Hair movement is another detail worth watching. The large blow-dried hairstyle is not simply a beauty choice. It was designed to move with the performer. During tracking shots and wind effects, the hair adds rhythm to the frame. The makeup follows the same principle. The smoky eyes become especially effective during close-ups because they add definition under low lighting. The bronzed base keeps the skin looking warm despite the cooler surroundings, while the lighter lip adds balance. What makes this styling memorable is the consistency. The clothing, accessories, hair, makeup, lighting, and editing all belong to the same visual era. Nothing feels accidentally placed. That consistency is something we can still learn from when analyzing fashion videos today. A strong music video wardrobe does not have to be complicated. It needs to understand the environment, the movement, the camera, and the mood of the music. Aashiq Banaya Aapne also shows how fashion can help define character. Tanushree's polished glamour creates one side of the visual story, while Emraan's darker casual styling creates another. Their wardrobes communicate different personalities before the dialogue even begins. For your next viewing, try watching the song without focusing on the dance itself. Instead, look at the clothes. Notice when the lighting changes. Watch how the fabric reacts to movement. Look at the difference between close-up beauty shots and full performance frames. You will start to see that the fashion is doing much more work than simply making the performers look glamorous. The song remains a fascinating snapshot of Bollywood's mid-2000s transformation. It captures a period when music videos were becoming darker, more polished, and increasingly influenced by international club aesthetics. Today, fashion has moved toward many different directions, including minimal styling and quiet luxury. That makes the boldness of Aashiq Banaya Aapne even more distinctive. The glossy surfaces, dramatic makeup, metallic accessories, and strong silhouettes immediately tell us when this song was made. And that is exactly why this type of fashion analysis is worth revisiting. Trends change, but they leave behind visual signatures. Aashiq Banaya Aapne has one of the clearest signatures of its era. So if part 1 was about understanding Tanushree's main look, part 2 is about understanding the complete visual system around it. Emraan's darker styling creates contrast. The lighting reveals the textures. The editing controls the rhythm. The hair and makeup reinforce the period. And the combination gives the song its unmistakable identity. That brings us to the end of this 2-part fashion breakdown. If you enjoyed looking at the details behind this classic Bollywood styling, make sure to like the video, subscribe to Libas Fashion Hub, and share your favorite fashion detail from the song in the comment. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next celebrity fashion breakdown.